Staff and quality has decreased a lot through the years. Staff are not as friendly as before. Seem that the medical group and nurses working there are there for a paycheck. For that reason, they do not have a busy urgent care. It better go to the main hospital faster and test done.
So, I mean, you're shaking your head.
That really upsets me. I don't even know what to say.
Sometimes we hear a lot of hurtful things from the parents that it's hard for us to, take in and keep our mouth closed and keep moving, when we're under a lot of pressure ourselves. I just feel like, if they're more aware of what we do and what we're doing on a daily basis and what goes on our side from the time they get out of the car till the time they leave, I feel like they would be more understanding that the process isn't just like in a blink of an eye, everything's gonna happen.
They say, guys, we have to do the cartwheels in the background. Super sorry. Because it's exhausting, the cartwheels in the background. You don't know that I'm exhausted doing cartwheels. You have no idea I did 50,000 cartwheels and I'm dying.
Well, sometimes the patient satisfaction goes a lot hand in hand with what people think that they should get. We are in the era of Googling and the Google and the, all the electronic and internet devices that people come with a misconception and what they want. And sometimes the patient satisfaction is not what we'll expect because they don't get what they want, but that doesn't mean that that's what they need.
We recognize that families here have many choices. And that's important for us to understand as we try to market them, as we try to assure that we are creating the best experience for them. All of our centers strive to deliver the best quality they can.
I have a lot of friends that are nurses because I work at a hospital in the emergency room. So usually when it's something related to whatever, I ask one of my friends, hey, what do you think?
If somebody tells me, this is a really good place, the wait time is very small, you should go there, I give it a try as opposed to, and the reviews that you see online too, I value those a lot because it's the same thing, it's personal experiences that people have had.
I think we try to accommodate. That doesn't mean that we always accommodate. Patient satisfaction survey tells us some of the stories. We get some, reports from Google reviews, from Yelp reviews, from and we see that some patients do get frustrated.
That when you have to tell the nurse that initially sees you when he's taking the vitals, what's going on, then you have to tell the other nurse that comes in that checks on you, the same thing. And then you have to tell the physician the same thing. And it kind of makes you wonder, like, why do you tell the person initially if that doesn't get passed down to the next person and next person? Because then if that person comes in with already a knowledge of why you're there, then they just have to confirm the information.
Sometimes, if there's a lot of patients and we take a little bit more time, they might think that the patient satisfaction is not that great because they want everything fast. I don't know, like when you go to a fast food, I want this, I want it now. And it doesn't happen like that all the time.
We kind of listen through, and that's where they give us their feedback, and a lot of them say, the waiting room was empty, but they don't realize we have 12 rooms inside. So they don't know how many patients are inside and how many physicians we have, how many emergencies we have, how many nurses we have. So their perception is there's nobody here because the waiting room is empty. Why did it take 30 minutes?
Sometimes there can be a disconnect of, being in an urgent care and staying here, longer than an hour or so. They feel like it's not an urgent matter.
My biggest headache is always the fact that our families don't know the difference between going to their primary doctor, what an urgent care is capable, our capabilities here at an urgent care, and when their child needs to be seen at an emergency department.
You know, we bring in the sicker patients that do need to be seen right away, absolutely, but the patients that, you know, are not as critical have to wait a little bit longer sometimes, and I feel like that's where the disconnect can be of they feel like we're not attending them as fast as they want to be attended because it's considered an urgent care.
Everybody has a different perception on time. The parents always refer to the time that they're waiting, whether it's in the waiting room, whether it's in the room to be seen by the physician, or whether it's waiting for a test result. Because the time seems to go by pretty slowly for the parent when we're waiting, when they are waiting for some sort of like the next step in the process.
We talked about how do we improve that perception, because it is a perception. How do we explain that to the parents? How do we set those expectations is what we need to work